Transformers Reactivate is the game that just keeps on giving, fellas. As I'm sure a lot of you know at this point, Reactivate did not make an appearance at this year's Summer Games Fest, and it was a massive disappointment for all of us, and it's kind of shocking that it wasn't there. That event came after all of the trailers were taken down, as well as tweets being taken down from the official accounts that contain the trailer. All of this happened a day or two before Summer Games Fest. We all kind of collectively assumed it was there. We received no announcement or any sort of update like we did back in December of last year, right before the Game Awards. Splash Damage chose the route of complete silence once again. This makes me and many other fans curious. What's next for Reactivate? What is the future of Transformers Reactivate looking like? Well, there's a large amount of the fan base who believes the game is done and dusted, with the toys being made out to be lost media from a game that never even existed. This would be an insane move by Splash Damage and Hasbro to just Control-Alt-Delete the entire game this far into development. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, if the game was ever going to be cancelled, it would have been when Tencent bought out Wii U Technologies and Certain Affinity was still attached to the project. That was the point in which the game was in its most dire state of development and when it was most likely to get cancelled. I was around during those times, and it was heartbreaking to see all the small number of people that knew about the game at that point write it off as dead and cancelled. This is sort of similar to what's happening now. We've received no new trailer in over a year and a half, and we've only received toys, which in turn is causing players to lose hope and write the game off once again a few years later after the Wii U incident. To those people, I simply ask, where is the logic in that argument? Hasbro has invested too much resources and time into this project for it to be cancelled. We have also seen trailers from other games be taken down, like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game, now in the hands of Saber Interactive, which, if you did not know, it's still in development even after the trailer was deleted from everywhere. Sadly, this is the same case for Reactivate, but at least it's not cancelled. So then, if the game is not cancelled, what does the future of Reactivate look like? Well, I guess it looks pretty bleak as of now. The game will likely be in a big content drought for another 3 to 6 months when Game Awards rolls around, and then the hopium and copium gets cranked to the max once again. The official word from Splash Damage is still out there, with further developments and details coming this year, so perhaps the future of Reactivate lies in the event that they actually announce the title at 2 years prior at the Game Awards. It would make sense for them to re-announce the game at the same event that they previously actually announced the game. Well, we also said this last year for the previous Game Awards, and look where that got us. It's interesting that there's absolutely been no damage control from Splash Damage or Hasbro given the circumstances. When Reactivate finally launches in 2077, is this the kind of communication we should be expecting? We have seen so many games prior to this one with absolutely abysmal communication, and are any of them still around? Fuck no. Marvel's Avengers is gone, Anthem is gone, Suicide Squad's gone. Should I keep going? This should be a heavy wake-up call for both Splash Damage and Hasbro. Keeping your community in the dark like this is creating a massive wall between you and your player base. That is the complete opposite of what you want to happen. Say what you will about the Knights of the Old Republic remake, but at least they have given some updates on that game in the past few years. The future of Reactivate is looking dark if Splash Damage continues to take this route with their marketing. Let's say the game does come out. Are we just going to be expecting no marketing for DLC content? What happens when a new season comes out or when a certain mod gets nerfed or buffed? We won't know because you won't tell us these things. You are actively hurting the trust of your consumer being dead silent like this. We keep thinking Reactivate will be at these events because you won't tell us otherwise. I pray Splash Damage realizes what they are doing and try to fix their communication and trust with the community. That is the best way to market and launch your title. You will have happy fans, which means more people coming back to your game and more money being spent. But so far, Splash Damage has decided to not take that route, which is weird, but it's the path they chose. Anyway, I went off on a little bit of a tangent, but you get the point. The future of Reactivate is looking dark if this is how Splash Damage continues their marketing. They will end up with a bad launch with unhappy fans and less money. I hope the game appears at either Gamescom in August or Game Awards in December. Let's just pray Reactivate gets reactivated and has a successful future in front of it. But yeah, it's been TFReaper. I'll see y'all boys later.